Death at the gates again. Howling my name. Can't greet you today. I have a war to win.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Wolfenstein, the New Order, Uber difficulty video walkthrough. This is chapter 10, and this is the massive enemy gauntlet that is going to see us into the next chapter. So as soon as you hold the handle to raise the shutter, this fella is going to pop out. I throw a grenade at his feet to try and soften him a bit, then I come down to this doorway and I start using the lean feature to pop him in the head while taking minimal damage. The quicker this dude dies, the better, because he is the guy who's going to hurt you the most just through sheer damage output. He has some of the heaviest hitting stuff you'll come across. But the cool thing is, he also drops a gun that's going to make the next sequence a little bit simpler. So I would recommend carrying his gun all the way up to the place where you press the button. You'll not see me do this on this particular instance, guys, because I didn't want to use it at first. I wanted to see if I could just get through here on a war of attrition, and I died, so I carried it up on a different take, and thanks to the joy of editing, you don't see that. And there's two ways in my mind to solve this problem, but the second way is much more dangerous, yet it's quicker, and probably more skill orientated. So the dangerous way is to take the gun that I just picked up then. After you've killed the wave of enemies that's going to come after the button, when it quietens down, as soon as you move out back onto the railway, big dudes are going to spawn, and I believe there's 3 of them. So you use the gun of the first one that we've carried to kill the first dude as he spawns, then you drop it because it's undoubtedly not going to be enough at that point, pick up the gun of the guy you've just killed as the other dude is spawning, kill him with the gun, drop it, pick up his gun, and kill the final one. The only problem is, in all of this happening, there's another spawn of enemies, and because of that, it makes that strategy very dangerous, because if you end up getting flanked or you put yourself out in the open trying to get those kills before the big dudes wake up and deal massive damage, the little guys are going to finish you off. It is food for thought for the people that want to try it, but for the people that want a nice, steady, I'll say strategic, but a lot of people generally call strategy cheesy, way of approaching this. So, the facts are this, or thusly. You cannot be hurt in this room from gunfire outside of it unless they are stood in the doorway on this balcony. The cool thing is, the heavy guy who's shooting the shotgun, who is undoubtedly the most dangerous, cannot get up here, it seems. He's too dumb, he will not come up here. The little dudes who are with them, they can, and they will come from the left of me, even though there is feasibly no way for them to get here, because there's a door I haven't opened and I don't think they can open, and then there's the shutter which they will never raise, so it doesn't really make much sense how they get here. There might be another entrance I've overlooked, but suffice to say, what we're doing here is we are waiting for the steady stream of dudes to come up onto the balcony so we can get rid of them, and then we can take on the shotgun dudes who are the ones who are going to cause us the most havoc. If you move into this particular area where I am, where this vent is, the cool thing about these vents are, if anybody stood close to the opening, they can't shoot you. For some reason, they're just not smart enough to do that. If they move a distance, they probably can. Just be aware of it. And what being in this room does is it makes them all move towards the corrugated fence, which enables me to throw a grenade and hopefully kill all of them, but as you can hear, it didn't work. So I looked to see who's left. We got maybe 1 or 2 of the Masters of the Universe armor dudes, and then there's the 2 heavies. And what I really want, paramount, is the heavies dead, because they're so dangerous. They're so dangerous, they're so damaging, it's not cool. So I throw another grenade, and I managed to see it go off, and I believe it kills all of them. But you can see the guy, you could hear the music still playing, that's why that guy is there. And I take him out, take a couple of sloppy hits, and I'm going to wait now. Is that the audio cue? Music's still going, so I feel like there's still somebody here. Here we go. And there's going to be a steady stream of dudes trying to make their way to us. But because they have to navigate this death trap that we've got, we have the advantage. That being said, if you get sloppy and you don't play it accordingly, they will mess you up. But just keep waiting for them, and then butter them with whatever you're holding. This weapon is... It stops you from being able to run. If you could run with this weapon, it would make the next sequence a lot easier, but you can't, and thus it makes you a very big target. Also, in this room, there is ammunition, there is life. There's a couple of stockpiles, and if you smash the boxes the first time you come through here before the checkpoint, you will keep that ammo, and then when the checkpoint happens, if you die, you'll be able to smash them again to kind of double dip. They do not all have their items refilled, but it seems to be kind of sporadic and random that sometimes that they do. So just make sure you check everything. And then now it's gone completely quiet. When I open this door and I step out, you're going to hear the audio cue and you're going to see the spawn. There's the cue, there's the dude. Shoot him with this gun, you'll notice he dies super quick. He's dead now. And this is the moment where if I had enough ammo in this gun, or if I'd have gone down as I was shooting, I could have grabbed the other one and then killed this one. But the third one is spawning as we speak, and there might even be a fourth one, so I'm going to introduce you to the strategy that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to move all the way back across the balcony to where I was stood previously to lure the robots towards me. Then I'm going to flank all the way back around here to this doorway so that they get kind of stuck against the pillars in the centre of this room, and I can shoot them and they can't really shoot me so well. That is the strategy. It works. I mean, sometimes it works flawlessly, other times they can get off more shots than you really want. And just be careful of the little shits, because there are still little dudes running around, and if anybody starts to shoot you, back all the way up, wait for them to come to you. This is a war of attrition, it's the last firefight of the level, and if you die, you go back to before you even killed the heavies. So, just bear that in mind. It's a pretty big gauntlet, so here is a heavy. Well, I'm going to try and hit with the pistol. And you see how there's bullets coming through the geometry? Sometimes they don't hurt, other times they do. I have no idea what that's about, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. But we can see that there's a guy there, so we pick him off with some assault rifle. Look, I'm getting hit! And it's just that moment of, how does it work? I can't see anybody, but they can see me and hit me. So my arm is suffering at this point thanks to that arsehole's shotgun. So I chuck a grenade, I risk it all, and we get him. So there's an armoured dude, and then there's another armoured dude who's shooting from our right because I can hear him. So pepper this dude, stun him, try and get those headshots, try and overwhelm him with fire. And just be aware that there might be one or two dudes flanking at this point, and I was playing without volume, which I do not recommend because this game is fantastic for sound whoring. A couple of instances where I literally heard somebody above me, turned around and shot them before they killed me. So if you've got a good headset, this game's really going to reward you. The only downside of that is there's some really dumb jump scares that happen with the dogs and just with audio being very loud. Like whenever you do a challenge to get a perk, it makes a super loud noise, and if you've got your audio cranked up, you know, you might have to change your undies, but if you know it's coming, it's not so bad. It's the moment you just chin 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 chin. You're like, oh, come on, guys. Give me chest palpitations. When I find a peacemaker, or a pacemaker, sorry. If I had a peacemaker, I'd be George Clooney with Nicole Kidman. Obscure movie reference for the win. But as you can see, I've told you the strategy that I wanted to use for this room, and I'm now not doing it, which is not clever at all, and it's the reason why they're chipping my life down, because they take a shit ton of bullets, and I don't. But, oh, someone's flanked me, have they not? No, I'm just taking damage. Yeah, so dangerous, but luckily enough, there's a ton of life. So I put myself back up to max, and then we bang this back on and start shooting this guy. Like, enemy gauntlets, dudes taking shit tons of damage. This is definitely a sequence where I'm curious how hard the hardcore mode will be. Because there might not be a strategy in this, it might literally be get out there fast with that mounted gun thing, kill the first dude, pick his up, kill the second dude, and, you know, just kind of pray. There's no health pickups. I don't know how the regen works. Maybe your life regenerates all the way back to 100. That'd be interesting. I'm not too sure if that'd make the game easier. I can't see them having it that way anyway, because it seems to contradict what they're trying to do with that mode. So I'm going through the shit to pick everything up to make sure I've got some goods, and then I'm going to show you what I was meant to be doing. Or am I? Is everybody dead? Everybody's dead. Interesting. So at this point, you want to go around, burn every single case that's got something in it, pick up every single scrap of every single thing there is. Or do you? This is the end of the level, and I don't know if you carry it over. To be safe, I would say do so. If you're informed and you know that you don't carry it over, don't bother. But that is one of the tougher gauntlets in the game. There's only a handful like that, or even at that level, so if you can do that, you should be confident and have faith that you can do the game. So thank you for watching, and you take care now.